If you want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
It never fails. Every video I make, there is a constant stream of butthurt white women and sometimes white men in my comment section saying that I'm stirring up racism because I'm holding us to account. When here is the reality.
A former North Carolina state trooper accused of going after and trafficking was arrested Monday in Charleston. David Williams Hollers, age 55, was taken into custody by Charleston Police Department with assistance of the Charleston County Sheriff's Office, Homeland Security investigators, and Attorney General's Office. According to law enforcement, the victim's parents reported the crimes in late March. The girl was between the ages of 14 and 15 when the crimes occurred. An investigation revealed that Hollers met the victim through Snapchat and exchanged explicit content. He also met with the victim multiple times for activities and provided money or gifts in exchange for contact. CPD charged Hollers with one count of trafficking in persons, victim under 18, and 3 counts of criminal SA with a minor to the second degree. Hollers is facing 6 charges from CCSO, including trafficking in persons under 18, criminal solicitation of a minor, and 2 counts each of first degree SE of a minor and second degree criminal SC with a minor. Hollers is currently being held at the Al Cannon Detention Center. Now, again, to a lot of the parents directly out there, this is why I specifically do a lot of these videos. Because not only do you have teachers, judges, lawyers, EMS, nurses, doctors, political officials, not only do you have all of those individuals deciding that they want to target and go directly after your family, but you also have those who are sworn an oath, right, to protect and serve. He is a former North Carolina trooper, and he was arrested because he somehow, some way got into contact with someone's daughter on Snapchat. And this is why I specifically tell parents, yo, you need to again talk to your children. You need to let them know that you are here for them. You need to let them know that you love them, that you care about them. You need to not only speak these actions, but you also need to show these actions as well. Don't just be there for the good times, be there for the bad times as well. You have to be there to comfort your kids. Like I said, I'm not understanding why it is that adults make it so difficult or make up so many excuses on why it is that they can't necessarily be there for their child. And again, if you know that you're not going to be able to be there for a person as you should be, then you should have never have created them. You should have never had laid down with a person, right, unprotected. Excuses come through like, oh, well, I did this at such and such age, we all don't know any better. We all make mistakes. That child ain't no mistake. You willfully dove into that swimming pool and you decided to dive into that swimming pool knowing that you didn't know how to swim, knowing that you didn't know anything about CPR. So now you're in that swimming pool at the bottom and now you got to suffer the consequences. So now we're in real life, right? You decided to dive into or be in bed with another person unprotected, and you knew the potentialities of what could occur, of what could happen. Not only could you suffer bodily, inflictions, and I'm going to say self-inflicted because you willfully decided to do it, but you could also inevitably get another person or allow another person to get you pregnant, which then will culminate into the creation of a child. So for anybody out there to want to make some type of excuse as to why it is that they have their kids, you should have thought about that before you decided to lay down unprotected with whoever it is that you decided to lay down with unprotected. These children out here, they need you. to the fullest extent, to the fullest capacity. Even if you don't have anything left, it is your job as that parent, as their creator, to give them whatever you have. There is no excuse. Because the moment in time that you make excuses, right? The moment in time that you push stuff to the side, this is when people like him will show up when you least expect it. These are the people that you give over your blind faith. These are the people that you hand your pride directly over to. And then you want to turn around and be like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. How was this possible? Yada, yada, yada. Well, maybe if you were actually there as a parent, maybe if you actually paid attention, maybe if you actually care. Like I said, I see too many people out here that state that, oh, I care about kids. Oh, I'm a great parent. Oh, I'm a guardian. I'm this, I'm that. But how is it that these things are still able to take place? Why is it that all of the good adults, all of the great adults aren't the most loud spoken people out here? Why aren't you guys the ones protecting these kids? Why is it that you have all of these parents, all of these adults that say that they care, but yet these people slide through the cracks? These people are able to sneak through an open window or an open door, or better yet, they're able to get into contact with your child who is being unsupervised on a cell phone on an app, which Snapchat has been proven to have a variety of things directly up there. Variety of things, anything from narcotics, illegal things, to things that were clear cut mentioned directly in this article, and even far worse. But yet, you allow your kids to download all of these apps, which give them access to the greater world. Now, remember, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, you didn't have this. If you wanted to talk to people, you had to, in a sense, deal with people who are within your area. You had to deal with people that are within your school, or maybe at another school, or maybe, let's say MySpace, maybe not even earlier Facebook, because people weren't even really on it during that time. It was just something for college kids and maybe people who are into like businesses or whatever, right? But other than that, you pretty much had a MySpace. That was the everything, at a moment in time, along with like a few other, areas that people would go to as well. But that's all you had. Now you have Snapchat, you got IG, you got TikTok, you got a multitude of other apps of now, and some that are just now being created every single day that kids have access to, where they are able to be and get into contact with people that they should not have contact, that they should not have conversations with, that they should not be able to see. And again, why is it that all of the government officials, all the people in office, all the people matter of fact, let me just switch it to a whole nother angle. Where are all of the good cops? Everybody always says that, oh, there's good cops out here. People just want to pay attention to the bad ones. And, all of them are individuals. You can't just blanket them all. No, actually, you can. Like they tell you, the thin blue line, the blue wall, support, and back to blue, which means that anybody that wears that uniform, they're all brothers and sisters in arms, which means if one is bad, all of them are bad. All of them have to take responsibility for what it is that one did, because they did it in that uniform. They did it under oath to protect and serve the community and the people, and to make sure to bring criminals to justice. But yet, I've covered tons of stories of cops just like this who are either retired or who are still in law enforcement that conduct these exact same things in and around the community of which that they are supposed to protect. And yet again, where are the political officials? Where are the police chiefs? I'm not looking for the same exact thing that they always state. Well, we stand, by our great men and women, and this just, it puts a bad light directly on us and the ones that protect and serve and do the job that they're supposed to do. I'm not looking for that script that every single precinct, every single police chief basically has. Where's the actual emotion? Where's the actual feeling? Because last time I checked, a lot of these cops have families. A lot of these cops have kids. A lot of these cops have nieces, nephews, grandchildren, all of this other type of stuff. So where is that love? Where is that compassion? Right? Where is that fear of like, yo, that could potentially be one of mine? He could potentially go after. Where is all of that? Because I'm not seeing it. Every time I look on social media, every time I happen to see these stories, or if a rare few chance that they might put it in the spotlight on mainstream media, I'm not seeing any of that. Which leads me to one thing, which basically tells me that adults do not care about kids. And it goes back to something that I stated before, that whenever I do these stories, it's always adults that are doing these things, that are being listed. It's always adults that are contributing to these things. It's always adults that are silent on these things. It's always adults that aren't passing laws, rules, and regulations on this, but yet they want to focus on everything else dealing with, let's say, religion, let's say, sexuality, let's say, color, all of these other things, all of these other branding tactics, all of these other things that are directly out there, but not paying attention to the most important thing and the one main thing that is allowing humanity and civilization to move forward, which is the brand new life that comes in every single day. Where is the protection for them again? I see a whole bunch of laws, a whole bunch of rules being passed for everybody else, but where is the protection for the children? And again, I ask, if adults realistically care about and love kids, then why are these things able to still happen?